Welcome back to the Man in the Middle. I'm your host, Bill West. Because of things in my real life last week, I wasn't able to put out any videos, so I'm going to get pretty much caught up. I'm just going to go ahead and skip, you know, Discovery and the Mandalorian, except for to say that it was really great to see uh, the group back together in last week's Mandalorian, even with the blue-skinned alien from the first episode. Gina Carano was great, and Apollo Creed, I can't remember his name. You'd think I'd have that already. I'd know that by now. But Grief Karga, it was good to see them all once again. Even though the Imperials got their rears kicked, it was good to see an Imperial base. I always love to see uh, new Imperial hardware facilities, stuff like that. This week's episode of The Mandalorian, they keep going from strength to strength. The last three episodes have been really, really strong. I think even though it took a while to get here, it was really, really cool. Uh, Spoilers. I'm going to spoil the episode. I don't see how I can talk about the episode without spoiling it. So, with that being said, either click off now until you've seen the episode, or forge on with me. Very first the episode, we see uh, fog shrouded planet, and it's been a couple days. This is Sunday. Uh, I think I saw it late Friday night, early Saturday morning, so I'm a little fuzzy still on it. Uh, but we saw fog shrouded planet, and we see two white lightsabers. Now, if people remember the Clone Wars, we know whose lightsabers those were, and of course we see the holder, and it's Ahsoka Tano. Uh, the actress who plays Ahsoka is great. I know a lot of people wanted Ashley Eccleston to play her because she voiced her in the Clone Wars and Rebels, but really, I don't think they could have done better. She was absolutely perfect as Ahsoka. She goes in and she's going up to the enemy stronghold, and the enemy finally stops her in her tracks by saying, okay, how much is this information worth to you? Is it worth one person? And she brings up another and makes the show. She was going to throw the citizen off the parapet, which wouldn't have been a problem because Ahsoka could have caught him with the Force. And then she was like, "Is it worth 10?" And at that point, it's like, maybe I bit off a little bit more than I can chew. So she leaves. Uh, the episode goes to the Mandalorian, and him and the baby are making their way to planet side, and he tells the kid to strap in. They're getting ready to land. Uh, they land, and the kid has the ball that goes onto one of the control sticks in his hand, and Mando's like, I told you that's not a toy. And he takes the ball away from him, puts it in his pocket. Well, uh, we'll see this again. He goes, uh, Mando walks to the nearest township. Why does he park so far away? That's my question. He knows he's going to be going to this township. Why doesn't he just land, 100 yards, 200 yards, not so far a walk. But he gets into town. People are all scared of him. He doesn't know why. But the guards uh, call him to see the leader of the town. And the head of the guards is Michael Biehn from Aliens, Terminator, The Abyss. It was good to see him in action again. Uh, I really liked his character. So there, she goes, or they take the Mando to the leader of the town, and she says, "I need you to get rid of this Jedi for me, and in payment, I will give you this pure Beskar spear." And Mando goes, "Okay, I'm going to find her anyway." But the child keeps looking at him like, "You're not really going to kill her, are you?" But he makes he doesn't quite make the agreement, but he makes her think that you know he's going to take on the job. So they go in, and some time has passed, and Mando had put the child down on a rock, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you hear the lightsabers flash on, and you know, we find out that Beskar is impervious to lightsabers after, you know, she keeps trying to hit, slice him, and he keeps deflecting it with his Beskar van braces. Uh, he uses a flamethrower to get some distance, and finally wraps her in a cable. And for a pause, she uses a force jump, jumps over a tree limb, and pulls Mando up over it. He disengages the cable, and he says, "Wait, wait! I've been sent to find you by Bo-Katan. I need to talk to you." And Ahsoka sort of turns to look at the child and says, "I hope it's about that." And so at that point, uh, Ahsoka Tano and the child enter first communication. We found out the child's name is Grogu, and Ahsoka is saying how she might not be able to train the child because there's a bunch of fear in him, and we he's a little old. Actually, the Jedi tend to start training from birth, and he's a little old at 50 years, but she says she'll test him in the morning. So they go through this force test. Uh, she force pushes a rock to the child, to Grogu, and she tells Grogu to push it back, and Grogu drops it. No, he's not going to do it. And so she goes. Ahsoka tells Mando, "Why don't you try it?" And Mando's like, he picks up a rock and come on, Grogu, take the rock, take the rock. And Grogu's like, I don't want the rock. And so Mando, you can almost see him smile under his helmet. He picks out the ball from the control lever and says, "Oh, okay, kid, I know you want this." And with a lightning flash, the ball flies from the Mando to Grogu, and uh, Grogu and Ahsoka says he has too much of an attachment to you. I can't train him. It's better to let his force powers fade. And they come to a deal. If Mando helps Ahsoka take on the trainer for the blah, blah, blah. If Mando helps her take on the city lead, she'll train him. So they go in. There's a big fight sequence. Really cool to see. A lot of lightsabers flashing, a lot of blaster fire. In the end, uh, it comes down to Michael Biehn and Mando versus Mando, and Ahsoka versus the city lead. Uh, Mando and Michael Biehn are just sort of staring each other down, spaghetti western style. And we finally hear. We don't see much of the fight between the city lead and Ahsoka, but we do hear it, and then finally we hear uh, the uh, the clatter of the spear fall, and Michael Bihn's character says, "Okay, it looks like you know, looks like you win." He puts his blaster down, and he reaches behind his back to grab another blaster, and Mando shoots him dead. Then we go into the courthouse, and Ahsoka has her lightsaber to the the city leader's throat, and says, "Okay, I need this information. Where is your leader?" And then here we get the biggest name drop. For me, I was so happy. I couldn't believe it when they said it, but the leader gives up the position of Grand Admiral Thrawn, and so I really hope before the end of the season we really see Thrawn. I hope it's not a tease for season 3, but even if it is, you know, like I said, it's going from strength to strength to strength, leading it. It's really grabbing in the EU. I'm glad to see this, and I can't wait. Uh, at the end of the episode, uh, Ahsoka says she can't train Grogu, but she knows if I can't remember the name of it. If Mando takes Grogu to this Jedi planet and puts him on a crystal, that it will show the, the paths of his future, and he can choose, and perhaps a Jedi will come to train him. A Jedi. Seeing how there's not many left, is this a hope? Is this a thing for Skywalker? Are we, you know, is the path veering from the Disney trilogy? It would be nice, but I'm really enjoying the show. I hope you are too. My name's Bill. I'm the man in the middle. I'll see you soon. Talk to you. Talk to you soon.